Before we get into baseball, there's something really important we need to talk about. I understand that you were part of a turtle rescue team this weekend.
I guess. We had a giant turtle outside my office, and we had to get him back to the lake. So I like animals, so we did everything we could to get him back.
Are you sure he wasn't where he wanted to be? Maybe he wanted to hang around for the game that afternoon.
I don't know. With all that, I don't know how he got there. It was kind of strange. I mean, I'm not talking about a little turtle. I'm talking about a big snapping turtle. Like, it was kind of scary. He was out where I don't know. I can't imagine how he got there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just a baseball fan and wanted to be around the ball.
All I know is Brian didn't want to help with it. So,
hey now, I got there at the end. Don't I was willing to help.
Well, it didn't look like it. So,
oh, the truth comes out. This is a little different story than he told earlier today, Coach.
I mean, I was.
Hey, all I said was
it.
I got a picture.
No shoes on.
I got a picture. Is all I wanted.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We got him out of there. We saved him. Saved the day.
Big weekend for your ball club. You get 2 of 3, and especially in the first 2 games of the weekend, really dominant.
Yeah, we got 2 really good starts, and that's a good team over there, man. They're a regional team. They're going to do some damage. Very tough lineup to pitch to because of all the left-handers. You just don't get that much, But I thought Cal and also. And then Hunter Hines blows that first game open, what he did, with a couple homers. But a really good weekend for our guys.
So, Cal Steven, I mean, I feel like a broken record talking about him going out and pitching well for you, but he kind of sets the tone, and then you hand it to Gavin Black. You've got the big lead in the ballgame. How big is it to be able to get one of those run rule games in game 1 of a weekend series and kind of protect the bullpen?
Well, they're huge, and it gets, you get, I want to say nervous, but when you're up 12-0, you want to make sure you don't have to use the rest of your pen. We end up having an inning, they get a couple runs, and I have to explain to our guys after the game, this isn't like, a midweek game where sometimes you'll not run or not bunt. I mean, my job is to win the weekend and manage to win the weekend. So, I'll bunt, I'll steal, I'll do whatever to win by 10 runs. And you can say, the old baseball old school rules, people don't, it's, you're trying to say bullpen arms, and we were able to do that with Gavin.
There was a moment, I was listening on the radio, there was a moment on Saturday, and it sounded like the crowd thought when you went out, or I guess it wasn't with you, I guess it was Coach Parker that went out to talk to Durangelo there at the end of the 7th. I think everybody kind of thought that his day was over. What was that conversation that Justin Parker had with Durangelo to get him to stay in the game, get that last out, and get you through 7 innings on Saturday?
I think Coach Parker went and told him he was coming out, and Durangelo said he wasn't. So,
really?
Which is good to hear sometimes, Like Durangelo was like, "No, Coach, I want to stay in the game," and so I think that was a big piece for him. Wanted to finish his game and wanted to get through 7 innings there. So. Because I thought he was coming out of the game, too. We had a guy in the bullpen ready, and Durangelo was dead set on he wanted to finish.
Coach, we haven't had a chance to talk to you. You were out last week, and you had the big series win with Vanderbilt. You have the win over Ole Miss in the midweek. Then you get another series win here. We're getting towards the end here. Only 2 weekends left, and then you'll head out to Hoover. I hate to use the word peaking, but do you feel like your team is starting to play its best baseball, or is there still more to come?
Well, we've definitely played our best baseball for about the last 2 weeks. Not yesterday. We were poor defensively yesterday. But we've played our best baseball over the last 2 weeks. Maybe ask me next Monday. So I think that'll be a real telltale, like going to Arkansas and playing those guys and playing them well at their place. I mean, I think they're 27-2 at home or 29-2 at home, and one of the top 3 teams in the country. So it's a big test for us. And, man, we got a lot on the line. We can go out there and play good baseball. We can put ourselves in a really, really good position. So, but we are playing well. We're in a good position now. But, you start getting greedy this time of year, and you want everything that you can get.
Next Friday, or this coming Friday, I should say, Hagen Smith versus Kyle Steven. That's probably the 2 best Friday night starters in the SEC. Just as a baseball guy, how much are you looking forward to that matchup?
I told Cal we weren't pitching him because I said, Cal, I don't know if you can beat him. So Cal got pissed at me. So we are pitching Cal on Friday night. But, this weekend I thought, you probably get a week off. I don't know if you can beat him. I'm just already using the psychology on him. So, but Cal's such a mean, tough kid. I mean, it'll be a battle. I guarantee you. You'll get the best from both guys. And but it should be a great weekend of baseball. I mean, they got a good team and we got a good team, and we're all playing for a lot. So. Should be a fun weekend.
Going back to yesterday, you said a second ago played poorly yesterday. You pointed to some defensive lapses as well. Did you see anything different with your guys? Did you feel like maybe they took their foot off the accelerator a little bit, or was it just one of those weird days at the ballpark?
I kind of feel like it was one of those weird days. We did. I mean, pregame out, you don't know anything. You're showing up. You feel a good vibe. Teams winning. Teams playing well. We don't get a great start, and that's always, one of the keys for us the last, as we've played well, is we've gotten good starts from guys. And, Brooks has given us the last couple of weeks, given us some really good starts. We just don't get one on Sunday. But we don't play good defense either. And, man, defense has just been – you can talk about everything on our team, man. What we've done defensively is probably the most impressive thing. And, I count out 4 plays on the day that we could have made. 3 of them were in innings where they scored multiple runs, and they were double play balls, and we can easily turn a double play and get out of an inning, and instead you look up and there's a 3 spot or a 4 spot, and, that's the piece that's the hard part for me to go to bed last night is, and Auburn, Alabama, they played their hearts out. I mean, they competed like crazy, but you feel like you gave them a handful, and gave them some momentum when we had all the momentum on the weekend.
Coach Logan Kohler this weekend has 6 hits over the course of the 3 games, and at times has shown that he is a really good hitter. Had a stretch where he didn't swing it as well. What did you see from him this weekend, and is this something that can kind of carry through the rest of the regular season and into the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, this is who we thought we signed. Maybe not 3 homers or whatever, but he's hit 12 homers and 45 RBIs the last couple of years and hit 330, and so what a boost he would be here over the end of the season to be able to help you out. And I thought Amani Larry had some good at bats. Obviously Hunter Hines is getting going, so if we can add some pieces like that, we can be a really tough lineup.
When you think about this week, Coach, you don't have the midweek. You have the big series with Arkansas. Then you finish out the season next week, midweek game, and then the Thursday, Friday, Saturday with Missouri. How do you have to work your pitching around having no midweek? Pico Khan has given you 3 solid starts in the midweek these past 3 weeks. Is he going to be a bigger part of the weekend plans for you now?
Yeah, I would think so. I think you're going to have Pico a little bit more on the weekend. We're scrimmaging tomorrow playing like a real game, so – just trying to get some guys some at bats, trying to keep it as simple as it's been, for the last 12 or 14 weeks. Just trying to. So we'll get out the next 2 days. We'll actually have some sim scrimmage or scrimmage like activities for 3 or 4 innings a day. Just trying to get guys work, bullpen guys work, let some hitters see some stuff and play some defense. And so we're going to try to keep some at bats for those guys.
Coach, last thing for you is this: once you get through this week and everybody's able to get done with finals and just kind of shift their focus 100% to baseball, is that the coolest time of the year for a college baseball player? You've gotten the school year in the rearview mirror, the postseason is on the horizon, and you just get to be a baseball player?
No doubt. I mean, it is. I mean, most of them are done right now, so I worry a little bit, but we practice midday, feed them good. They'll sleep half the day, and then they usually go fishing here in Starkville. So that's what you get, out of these guys. And then you play baseball, and it's a really fun time of year. Something you earn, and it's just not having to go to class and study. My guys are a lot better when they don't have to study. So, but yeah, it is a great time of year.
I was a lot better when I didn't have to study also. If you could just keep them sleeping half the day and going fishing and going to baseball practice, you got nothing to worry about.
That's a Mississippi State baseball player right there. So they like they like to sleep, they like to play the game, they like to fish. So hunt and fish. So the Tanner Allen would still be here probably if we just do this all the time.
Yeah, probably so. Chris, thanks so much as always for your time. Congratulations on a good weekend.